talk on two C's. That's the thing. There's a cancer and COVID. Both are words which are difficult to assimilate. Now, all of us know that COVID is because of the RNA, small virus, which when it's outside does not multiply. It's only multiply when it enters into the cells and then ultimately produces a reaction. And one thing which I have not understood, and I have been looking for it, that what is the explanation? That how human beings are inferior to the animals. Can you believe that? That human beings are inferior to the animals? Because animals don't get COVID-19, while humans get the COVID-19. That means there is something in the animals that they can resist this disease or this virus. So now, in the era of the COVID, what is really happening and what happened initially? As soon as the lockdown was announced, there was a fear in everybody's minds. And you could now listen to all the lectures which we have heard today that it appears COVID-19 is a simple disease. It can be taken care of very easily. But when it happened in March, it was not easy to accept. It was very difficult to accept, not only for the doctors and medical fraternity, for everybody, patients' relatives, everybody got into the almost fits that how we are going to take the treatment in this era of the COVID, where when you move out of your house, you are vulnerable to get it. And the myth was, which I think I do not know how it came, that the cancer patients have a high predisposition to catch the COVID-19. I think that's not correct at all. They have as much the chance of getting the COVID-19 as any other normal person. So I think it took long time for the people to realize that. Of course, we know that cancer patients are elderly, they also have the diabetes and hypertension, so they are more vulnerable in that sense in terms of complications, but not in terms of getting the virus exposure and getting the virus disease. So in this situation, everybody had a lot of inhibition in treating the patients. Right from the word go started that we will not give the treatment for 2 months. Everybody thought in 2 months the virus will disappear. So they postponed surgeries, they postponed chemotherapies, aggressive chemotherapies, a bone marrow transplantation. Everything was postponed. Say wait for 2 months, things will become all right, we'll treat you all. And over a period of time, we realized that no, COVID is not going to go away so easily. And then slowly, everybody realized that the cancer patient also have to live. They have to be treated. They are normal human beings. And why there should be any difference, whether the COVID-19 is there or not. And that's where I think the whole atmosphere in terms of in the hospital has changed, which means that now the hospital are keeping the separate beds for non-COVID patients, which I think is a very important feature for patients to be confident. They are also taking care with all the doctors and nurses and everybody, all the healthcare providers are taking care so that the exposure to the patient as well as the exposure to the health workers is avoided. So I think this is what the positive things have happened. And therefore, we are more and more now inclined to give the normal treatment to the cancer patient. The treatment cannot change. The treatment which has been established by hard work over a period of 30, 40 years cannot be changed just because the COVID-19 came in and then try and give the alternate treatment which are obviously inferior. So I think this realization that our patients also deserve the best of the treatment, even in the phase of COVID-19, have allowed us now to become bold and continue the treatment. As all of you know, that the cancer treatment has progressed immensely, particularly in last 20 years. Not only the surgical technology has improved, radiation technology has improved, as well as the medical oncology has really superseded many things, in the sense that today we have the chemotherapy, we have progressed from the chemotherapy to targeted therapy, from targeted therapy to immunotherapy, and all these things are being sort of discussed in relation to the COVID-19. But overall consensus is today very clear cut that no, all the treatment which can be given if the COVID-19 was not there, and today when the COVID-19 is there, can be applied effectively. Even the bone marrow transplantation can also be done. In fact, one of our patients had undergone bone marrow transplantation, and he had a problem, and but he has been successfully discharged from the hospital after 3 months of care at Jaslok Hospital. So you can see that how the patients with the bone marrow compromised, immunocompromised patient can also be taken care of in the hospital, which has really has immensely improved whole approach with a view to make sure that nobody is unduly exposed to the RNA virus. Now, once I have told you about how the virus, what is happening in the virus and what is happening in the field of the cancer, it's absolutely our duty to make sure that COVAP should not hinder us from giving the full treatment to our patients, right from the surgery to the radiotherapy and to the chemotherapy. Many of us were upset when some of these things were not being done because of various reasons. But now that whole thing is under control, every aspect of the treatment has been taken care of, that today we feel very confident that we will be able to deliver the best of the treatment to our patient. And I think that's on the good note, I would say that today, after listening to all the talks, I feel that COVID-19 is really a simple disease where there are very few patients who ultimately have to lose their life. But otherwise, majority of them are really improving. And with these few words, I would like to thank all of you for listening to this. Thank you very much.